38,000 packages stolen in 2022, and already 25,000 packages stolen in the first half of 2023. Now, I know you're curious, that's why you clicked on this video. So, welcome to SP Card Collecting, and let's get into it. So, those stats come directly from the USPS, and that's how many packages have been stolen from USPS blue boxes in the past year and a half up to June. Very unfortunate for the thousands of people who've had to experience that. And it was just a number to me. Till it happened to me with my most expensive card. So, if you haven't seen my national video, you definitely should. It's the most viewed. It's my favorite video. It was the most fun to do. On the second day, I picked up a Mike Trout 2023 Home Field Advantage PSA 10. I paid $77 straight cash for it. Great deal. And I listed it on eBay. I get it sold for $170, so I'm making about 100% profit, as that'll be worth $146 to me. So, like I'm saying, I doubled my money. But yeah, and then I ship it as I always do in my blue bubble mailer. This is how I ship all of it. Put the slab in, put the label on, tape it up, make sure I'm covering this and this so no one just cuts it open, steals it, whatever. And I ship it with USPS Ground Advantage directly from eBay, as I've done dozens of times. And that's $100 insurance guaranteed. So it's not enough to cover it, but I don't think much of it at the time. And then I walk over 2 blocks away to my USPS blue box, like I do and have done dozens of times. And I think nothing of it. I live my life for a couple weeks, maybe a week, and then I get an email from the buyer. Asks for an update on tracking, so I go into eBay, which generally is pretty good. It's easy to read, easy to see, and it says last location San Francisco. So I look into it, and it still says that all that's been done is the label's been printed out, it's been put on the package, and it's been deemed it's been deemed to have shipped, except it's still here, and there's been no scans, no updates from the USPS. So we wait a little while, and I tell the buyer that I'll give them any updates. So I file a missing mail search with the USPS. Nothing comes up. So then I file a claim to get my money back, which would be up to $100. And I wouldn't make as much profit, but I still make a little bit. And then I would feel comfortable issuing the buyer a full refund. So I wait for that. I do all of that. And eventually, it says on the website that I have been denied. And I'm like, wait, how could I have been denied? So they tell me before I appeal, I need to wait for the letter to come in, 7 to 10 days, all that jazz. So, and then I get my letter. I'm excited to read it. I've been waiting for it. I really want to get this problem solved so I can focus on other stuff. And it says, this letter is in response to the insurance claim referenced above. Based on our initial review, your claim has been denied because we have no barcode scans or proof to verify the method of mailing. If you disagree with our decision, you can appeal it within 30 days from the date of this letter. And I'm frustrated. I knew it was going to be denied. Now I know why. And now maybe I can do something about it. So I look into it and I'm like, okay, no barcode scans or proof to verify the method of mailing. So I'm like, well, what I have done, which has been good, is every time I get a shipping label, I save it to my files so that I always have it for my records. And so I'm able to pull it up. So to start the appeal, everything stays the same except I add that to the document. And something like that solves it, right? But then I forget about the second part, that they say, you have no barcode scans. So I'm like, what does that mean? And as I'm thinking about it, after I've made my first appeal, it means that there's only 2 things that could have happened. Once I've dropped it in the blue box, someone was able to open it and retrieve all of the packages, or the mail carrier was able to pick it up and they just didn't scan it, and they just kept it. Neither option is great, but The UPS obviously is dealing with the carrier, and that's it. But I still think the USPS is at fault, and I'll go into it a little bit more. So I get my appeal, and then it's denied, of course, yet again, and I'm still waiting on the letter to receive it from. I don't want to do this forever, so I issue the full refund. I take the loss of that entire profit, so I issue $170. $146 comes out for me. eBay issues the rest from the fees and such, and I take the L of about $84 in addition to all of the profit that I missed out on as well. Now, it could have been worse. I'm glad it didn't happen with, like, say, a $5,000 card. But the fact that I had the $100 shipping insurance and got none of it is really frustrating to me, as I'm sure it'd be for any of you guys. And maybe it has been if that's happened to you, if you're one of those part of the stats that I was reading off earlier. And I think with USPS, they've made these promises to increase shipping securities, but there's a lack of trust, and that's only going stronger with me. I know people who won't ever send checks to the mail because of security issues, and I get that, and that's probably the same for me now. But so I had to decide what's my plan going to be going forward. First, I'm only going to send with USPS like I have been doing if it's under $100. Now, yes, in reality, I could continue to lose money on this, and if that happens again, I'll have to adjust even more. Going into this next part, just add everything to the next part I'm about to explain. And so this next part is anything $100 to $150, I will ship with USPS, but I will put it in a bubble mail like I always have, but I will drop it off at the USPS office. It's not too far from me, but it's over 1.5 miles away. So that's just more I have to do, which I don't want to do. So I'll have to walk over there or drive over there, however, and drop those packages off. And hopefully that'll ensure the safety of it. And if that always works, then maybe that's just what I'm going to be doing going forward. Now that I think about it, that seems like that might be the best option. Anything over $150, I'm not even going to try shipping USPS. I will ship with FedEx or UPS, and that'll increase the shipping cost 2 to 3-fold. So that's going to be, rather than $4 to $5 for the buyer, they're going to have to do $10 to $15. And I don't like that, but I'll make sure that they get their card, and I believe it's worth that to them and for me to make sure that they get what they've been promised to be given. And the last note I want to say is I don't blame the whole USPS for this. I think the upper levels could be doing this better. And then not everyone's selling these packages. It's rare-ish. Happens more often than it should, but it's still fairly rare. And yeah, I don't blame all of USPS. There's just some bad people making some poor decisions when it comes to this who work for the USPS, and just normal civilians who are just stealing it just because. I'm not super upset. Obviously, it's frustrating when you lose money like this, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about shipping and shipping sports cards and just shipping in general, and who do you guys prefer to ship with. It's a learning experience. A bit of a costly learning experience. Could have been worse though, so I'm grateful for that. And let me know what you think about it. Like the video, comment like I was saying, subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.